Hi, we just finished meeting for pronunciation practice on Tuesday, June 15th. And let's get started. Up here at the top, gimmicks. Gimmicks. The vowel is I, so not too high, E, but I. Gimmicks. Attorney. Attorney. Myths. And yes, you do have to have that TH in there. Myths. So come from between your teeth to behind your teeth with your tongue. Myths. If you leave out the TH, it will sound like miss. Paths or paths. Either way is fine, but you have to have the TH or it will sound like pass. So it can be voiceless TH and a voiceless S, paths, or it can be the voiced V and the voiced Z, paths. Either way, I think the first one's easier, paths. And number 7, brulee. I just spelled brew different ways so you'd have different examples. And even though we really changed the French word brulee to American pronunciation brulee, we usually keep the French pronunciation of cream American to more creme French. So we kind of do half creme brulee, creme brulee. Waterfall, waterfall. Alienate, alienate. And the very American pronunciation, Tokyo. And I'm really exaggerating my O's so that you'll hear the O and it's not just O. Tokyo. Olympic. And for the final K, I'm going to hold my tongue here for the K instead of Olympic. But you will hear more of the K if it's the plural. Olympics. Olympics. So I'm stopping the airflow. And 12 and 13 have the same pattern of there's a T and then there's an N. So once you're putting your tongue up there in the T position, you just hold it there and make the N noise. So curtain, curtain. And 13, car. The vowel is ah. Carton, carton. And the ROW can be spelled, it's spelled the same way, but it could also be spelled ROE, meaning fish eggs, or row, row the boat. They have the same sound O, row. It's just O. And then a different pronunciation for ROW has a different meaning, which is more argument, and that's ow, row. Failure. So I hope this isn't confusing, but I tried to represent how much your tongue is moving when you say fail. It does have kind of an invisible Y in there. Failure. But you slide it together. Failure. Here, I'll show you which one. It's this one. A. So your tongue is starting in a lower position, fay, and rising and ending with E. So then it has to come down for the L. Failure. Yogurt. I will hold the T if I just say it. I like yogurt. My tongue stays there. But if I'm connecting it to a word that begins with a vowel, that T will connect. But now the T is between two vowel or two voiced sounds, the R, yogurt, and is, the vowel for is. So now the T changes to a D. So it will sound like yogurt is. It's really noisy outside. I don't know if you can hear that. Um, holler, holler, ah. It means yell or shout. Sip. So the vowel is I, not too high E, but I. And if you were to say something like sip of coffee, you don't have to be careful and make a good of. You can just say sippa, sippa coffee. Somewhere, somewhere. Mask. The vowel is a, so open a lot, mask. And the same vowel in fastened. I'm not going to release the D. I should put that little mark there. So fastened, fastened. Wrist. The W doesn't do anything. Wrist. And I put wristwatch because that used to always go together. Wristwatch. Whistle. The H is not necessary and the T is not necessary. So it's really just whistle. Whistle. Similar, similar. Although, I usually spell O as O-U, but I didn't want this to look like thou. So, although, police, police, officer. So together, police officer. And the always tricky sixth. The KSTH, sixth. That's a lot of movement. Sixth grade. Tethered. The TH is voiced. Tethered. Tethered. Horror. So when you say horror, you hold it there and then say So curl your tongue back in the R position. Horror. It's kind of weird. That's why I usually just say scary. Scary movie. Threatened. So just without the ed for past tense, I would say threaten. And then the D, you don't make any other sound between the N and the D, so it is kind of nd, threatened. But I'm not going to hear the D unless there's a vowel after it. If I said, um, she threatened me, you probably wouldn't hear anything at all. But threatened, threatened all of us. Threatened all of us. Now you'll hear it connect to the A, threatened all. Yeah. Familiar, familiar. Drowned. Same thing. You won't hear the D if I just say drown. But if I use it with a vowel after it, then it will connect. Someone drowned in that lake. Drowned in. Plural. This is two syllables and it has the RUL combination like world and girl. So plur, your tongue comes back for the R. And then as you're moving from the R to the L position, keep making sound. Earl. So plural. And you're starting with the L. So it's starting here, coming back, and moving back to the L. Plural. Plural. Gone. This vowel is ah, so you definitely have to open ga. If not, it could sound like gun. Gone. Headache. Headache. Nostalgia. Nostalgia. With a zh in there. And reckoning. Reckoning. And wreck. The W is not needed. It's just wreck. Anesthesia. Anesthesia. With a zh in there again. Sadly. The vowel for all of these, and then I. Sadly. Family. Gladly. And kind. So I usually spell I with an AI because that's the phonetic symbol more similar, AI. But if it helps you, I put this here to make you think of I. Kind. Kind. Your tongue has to rise. I. Kind. And kindly. Kindly. Mind. Same thing. I need to put a little mark there. Mind. Excerpts. We don't really make the T, the PTS. Excerpts. So just skip the T. Excerpts. And these are two different spellings, two different meanings, but they just sound like ooh, loot. And if it's looting, that T changes to a D. Looting. And the same ooh, nude. Lewd. And then the last few. Thoughts. The vowel is ah, like hot, so you have to open a lot. Thoughts. Through, and it can be spelled either way, different meanings, but the same sound. Ooh, through. And tough. Crazy, O-U-G-H here sounds like uff. O-U-G-H here sounds like ooh. O-U-G-H here sounds like ah. So, yeah, ah, ooh, tough. And the adjective has two syllables, separate. We just drop the middle A, separate. And the verb keeps all three syllables separate. No, I mean, sorry, separate. The ATE stays the same spelling, but the sound changes from it to ate. Separate, separate. Same thing happens with the noun or adjective graduate, like graduate student. And then the ATE for the verb actually sounds like ate. Graduate. I will graduate someday. Okay, that was a lot. I hope the outside noise wasn't too interfering. I'll give it a listen and hope it's okay because I don't want to do it all again. Thank you for coming, and if you couldn't, I hope you can join us sometime. Have a good day.